Hey guys, welcome to Peripheral, and today we're taking a look at the uDraw game tablet for the Nintendo Wii. Now, the uDraw game tablet is an interesting little peripheral made by THQ, which is unfortunately non-existent anymore, but they did give us this and other stuff, but mostly this. This is the most important thing, obviously, that THQ ever did, the uDraw game tablet. Please do not roast me in the comments. I know they did plenty of other really cool stuff, but this is what I'm looking at today. And what it is it's a peripheral that will connect to your Wiimote. You can see the little connector here, and it will allow you to interact with games via a tablet scenario. As you can see on the back, there's a little stylus that you can click out, and you can sort of slide it across and do different things like play micro games, or as the name would suggest, it does have a number of drawing-based applications. On the stylus, you can see there's a little button here, and a pressurized tip on the top. And even though it does have that pressurized tip that you can use to indicate if it's being dragged over, if the stylus is just a little bit over the surface, it will actually register. So I assume by the magic of science, that's how that happens. So what games could you play on this? Well, first off, click this back into place. You could play the game that was bundled with it, being uDraw Studio. And uDraw Studio was the bundle for this version of the uDraw tablet. There were actually two versions released on the Wii. The first one, which was bundled with this game, and a black one, which was bundled with a different game. Now, uDraw Studio is a very basic but highly functional paint program, and I would recommend it for younger people or people that are looking to explore creating art in different sets of parameters, because it's got a lot of cool little features. You can actually use this game to store your creations that you make with the tablet onto the SD card for the Wii, and there's also a playback feature, so you can view the whole process of you creating art. So a really cool little thing, and actually I would honestly say, because this setup is usually about maybe $10, $10, $15, somewhere in there, that would be worth it just for that functionality. But this was not a single game peripheral. You could actually play a number of different games. For the Wii, it was a total of 9 different games that would come with the uDraw game tablet, and they were all published by all published by THQ. Here's some examples, and you can always tell which ones are uDraw because in the top left-hand corner, at least for the Wii games, it just says uDraw. And these show some of the other functionalities. Obviously, since it's called the uDraw, the drawing functions are going to be the most highlighted ones. But in games like SpongeBob, Big Dude's Adventure, Kung Fu Panda 2, these games rely on the tablet for sort of micro games or mini games that would use the tablet surface as just a regular tablet would, like any tablet-based games. And to varying degrees of success. Obviously, not everything is going to be a glowing example of how cool this controller could be. So, how do you connect it to your Wii? Well, fairly simple process. Like I said, there's just a Wii connector here, and it fits very well. Also, as a side note, I love the blue and white color scheme of this controller. I think it fits very well with the Wii's aesthetic. You can even see they have that blue and white thing and the logo for it. And there it is, the uDraw game tablet with the Wiimote inserted. Now, the actual tablet itself does not require batteries. You can see on the back here, there is a battery slot, but it will run off of the power of your Wiimote. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, yep, that's just an extra cord slot. That's not a battery slot. Had to unearth the mystery. Every once in a while I'll do a review and I'll discover something about the controller while I'm reviewing. But speaking of the back, pop the stylus out again. In the upper right hand corner we actually have a little stylus holder. So, ta-da! Was it a success? Well, yes and no. The Wii version of it, both versions of the uDraw for the Wii, did well, because the Wii had a market that was very much catered towards unusual gameplay styles, and this controller has a very toy-like quality in my opinion, so it worked well with the audience that Wii had. But when THQ created a uDraw tablet for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, that was when it actually kind of tanked. In fact, the president of THQ even noted the uDraw tablet as one of the reasons the company went under, one of the biggest mistakes they've ever made. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's an interesting little controller, and I like that they're trying new ideas. Always try new ideas, because that's how you succeed. And I think the uDraw, for its nature and its history as a downfall of the company, is a success. I think it's a cool controller. And as always, later days.